everything. All right, so y'all work with me. I'm just setting up here. All right, I'm just getting in. So, okay, let's see. Live streaming, okay. Good. Let me get my stuff ready, y'all. How's everybody doing today, man? That's what I want to know. Nickmoses05 Podcast. Yes, you guys are here. I thank you guys for tuning in, those who are already tuned in. Usually I give a timer, and I just let the timer start running. This one went directly into it. I'm kind of ripping and running. You guys know I got a lot going on in my life, man. I got multiple things going on, so I apologize, okay, for not giving you guys that advance notice, but I am live right now. We're going to talk about a Nickmoses05 Podcast. A couple things. I want to give a shout out to, again, everybody watching. I do have the Nickmoses05.com website. You know, shout out to my man Kyle. Appreciate that. But, oh, see, look, there you go. Just starting. Okay, y'all hear the sound. But shout out to my man Kyle, you know what I'm saying, for helping out with the Nickmoses05.com website. I also want to give some other shout outs. You know, shout out to everybody who's going to the Discord. If you're not in that Discord, you need to go to that Discord right now. I do believe I have it in my description. If you are listening via podcast, just go ahead, go to my YouTube video. You will see that Discord link there. I'll probably put it, you know, somewhere in the description for you guys too who are listening to the podcast, but that way you can go ahead and join the Discord channel. A lot of people are there. There's been a lot of questions asked, no matter if it's just, you know, Nintendo Switch gaming related in general. Some people ask about mod chips right now. You can go there to the Discord channel and get that taken care of. And you guys already know, you know, about the podcast, how we're in the directories in Apple and Spotify, how we're trying to take this thing bigger. Okay, bigger. We got a lot to talk about, though, guys. I see people rolling in. I thank you guys for rolling in. What's up, guys? What's up? How you guys doing? You know, I'm going to get to all that, okay? I got a lot to talk about, and I'm just started. So I got one note card, okay? Now, you remember before, that was the most important thing, having a note card. I got one note card, but we going to do it. This is what defines people who should be doing this, okay? Because I got stuff to talk about, and I don't need to have the cards when you're speaking from the heart. MoFam. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want to also give a shout out. Bumpy103, my man is in town in Chicago. Okay, Bumpy103, pretty known guy. Okay, Instagram probably got like 15,000 subscribers. I mean, my man Bumpy's doing his thing. I actually went to school with him in Teaneck, New Jersey. So shout out everybody out there, Teaneck, New Jersey. But my man Bumpy is in town. I was supposed to get up with him today. Like I said, I've been busy. So Bumpy, my man, I'm gonna get up with you. You know what I'm saying? Catch you on the flip side. That's how we used to say it back in, anyways, okay. But shout out to my man Bumpy. You know, just think about that back in Teaneck, New Jersey. A lot of you guys don't know, okay, a lot about my background. All right. So I was actually born and raised mostly in Illinois. I traveled a lot. I lived a lot of my life in New Jersey. I lived a lot of my life in Tennessee, you know, so I've been all over. Okay, and a lot of people just don't know that. So I just got to put that out there. So this was in Teaneck, New Jersey. My man was actually around. I don't want to say he was there at the time, but, and I can't even believe I'm going to say it, but this the podcast. I'm going to let it loose. Okay, here's the story. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So this is around, I'm not going to lie. I want to say 5th grade, but I'm going to be honest. It was probably 6th grade. I was older, okay? A lot of you guys, the old school gamers. Now, you guys know how arcade games is, right? See, nowadays, the new school kids don't understand that. But the old school gamers who are rocking with me know how the arcade games work. When you went to the arcades, it was like battle of the best. Okay, you were showing respect. Your respect was so well earned back then that if you got seen again, even a year later, they go, whoa, hey, that's your boy. Get your boy. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I was in Teaneck, New Jersey, and there was this Jamaican shop. And if you guys don't like Jamaican food, please try it. It's delicious. Didn't know until I was going there. But anyways, off subject. So this Jamaican shop was owned by this guy named Mike. All right. And later on down the line, I will get into that. You guys look it up later. Some scheme happened with some drug bust and something else. They was getting it. They was getting it. But nonetheless, to me, had no idea of that. It was just a nice Jamaican shop. And they put some arcade machines in there. Okay. And I remember the first one, I believe, was X-Men, Children of the Atom, which is nice. Okay. We got in on that. But they brought in my game. Okay. And a lot of you don't know what my game is. I got a couple of games, but I'm big on fighters. And this game was Killer Instinct. Okay. Killer Instinct was the bomb. Okay, back in the day. So he brought in Killer Instinct. And I'm going to make this quick because I got a lot to talk about, but y'all need to hear this, okay? So my 6th grade little self got out of school, right? I get dropped off, and I'm right there by the Jamaican store. I say, you know what? I'm going to go in here and play Killer Instinct. Now, remind you, before this day, I was going there every day faithfully, okay? I knew every combo, every character, but never beat the game. Ain't that something? Because you guys know, if you play Killer Instinct, Idol, one of the most iconic bosses of all time, will cheat you to death. Literally hits you with one combo, takes off, if not your whole entire health meter, and will heal himself right after. Beast, okay? But nonetheless, let me get out there. So your man Idol, okay, need to get beat today. So I go up in a Jamaican store. There's some guys already playing, okay? Now my 6th grade self, you see the older kids playing, and you go, oh, they don't know what they in for, you know? So I get on there, and I believe I pick Orchid, okay? You know Orchid is very long with the combo, so they didn't know how to play, so I'm hitting them with, 30-piece combos, and they, oh, my goodness, gosh, he's just killing me. So after I win and beat them, they probably played about 4 times back, but I beat them nonetheless, playing the game. So as I'm playing the game, I start to notice that my stomach is hurting bad, and you guys know what that means, yes, okay? But these guys are right behind me, watching me, and these some high schoolers, man. You know how it is. When you were in middle school and you finally got something that you were better than the older kids at and you want to show off, so I'm there playing. I say, you know what? Oh, my stomach hurt, but I'm going to just go ahead and beat the game. So I'm playing. Mind you, I still didn't beat Idol yet. So I'm playing. I get to the point where I get to Spinal. All right. Now, if you guys don't know the list, it's Spinal, Full Gore, Idol. Last 3. Okay. I get to Spinal. My stomach hurting so bad. Okay. I ain't even letting I ain't letting no air out. Okay. Forget number 2. I ain't letting air out because I'm scared they're going to just be talking about me. Okay. I'm a 6th grader, so I'm just holding it, man. It's the worst pain I've ever felt, probably still to this day. I'm just holding it. I'm playing. Beat Spinal. I actually watched Spinal. Let's be real. Spinal never had nothing on me. Okay. So I watched Spinal. I get the Full Gore. Now, Full Gore, yeah, all right, you gotta watch yourself. Okay. So while I'm playing Full Gore, I'm actually got him down to his last health bar, and my stomach go brrr, and I'm like, oh, so I do this little stance like to the side, and the gas adjusts, but I feel like I need to I gotta let some out. It's either you're gonna hurt yourself so bad, permanent damage, or you gotta let some out. So I said, I'm gonna let out a little air. So I go to let out a little air, and bloop, I just feel the biggest, wettest drop. Now, for those of you that have done this before, and if you haven't, go ahead, laugh, whatever. You probably will do it someday. But I did it in 6th grade. I felt it dripping down my leg. Okay. But Killer Instinct's more important. So what do you think I do? I beat Full Gore. Yes, with shit dripping down my leg. Excuse my language. I'm supposed to not curse on this channel, but I have to say it. So, it's coming down my leg, okay? I'm still playing. I beat Full Gore, and I'm right now to Idol. Now, of course, as I let that out, you're going to smell something. Now, they don't know behind me, but I can actually see their reflection off the screen as it's switching screens from one stage to another. And I see the dude over my shoulder kind of point like this. So I'm like, oh, God, they know it's me, and then they start holding their noses. Now, I don't want to turn around because I can see them. Why do I need to turn around? I already know what they're saying, okay? So I don't care, but they're still watching. So I play against Idol. Nonetheless, I'm not going to bore you. Beat Idol, okay? Beat him. So as I beat him, they go, whoa! I'm like, yo, I beat him. Oh, snap. And I literally take off to the bathroom. Okay, didn't even watch the credits, don't even know what happened, ran straight to the bathroom. Moral of the story, I went home with no underwear. So if you're playing any games and you got to go to the bathroom, just go, okay? But that's enough of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to the bread and butter of this, okay? The bread and butter of this is about $70 games. Now, the reason I want to talk about this because this came across my radar, and I'm like, this is the first thing we need to talk about right here. Because especially with COVID-19, people going through, having issues with their jobs, not being able to get a paycheck, to get money from the government, and now games are $70. Now, let me go ahead and play both sides, because I do understand these developers work hard on these games, and I do appreciate everything they do, and I do think they need to get more shares of the revenue, okay? I do believe in that. These developers are way underlooked, but nonetheless, it's kind of, if they put out a game and you got somebody else funding millions of dollars to market it, How much should you get back when the money starts coming in? You got to think of both sides of it. But nonetheless, I remember a time when games was $20, man. I'm an old school gamer. So this $70 hurt me. Like, hurt me. I mean, bad, man. I seen it, and I'm like, please, not now. Not with COVID-19 just hitting, man. A lot of people say this is not going to be a big deal. I agree. Not going to be a big deal. Not going to be the end of the world. It's not going to break your pockets. But what I'm trying to tell you is, where does it stop? Okay? Because it's going to go to $70. Then it's going to go to $80. And I know what some of you saying inflation and all of that, but you know what? I got something better. For all those that say inflation, okay? There was a time where a game came out that was lower than what was out for the market price. And that actually affected the whole entire gaming industry. All right? But now it's kind of opposite. It's like now one game is setting the standard. So I'm going to go ahead and go straight into this. I first want to go ahead and give a shout out to Krista Noren on GBA Temp, a wonderful, wonderful senior editor, writes some good articles on there. So Krista, shout out to you. I don't know if you watch me or care to watch me, but nonetheless, I appreciate you, Krista. So Krista writes this piece here that says 2K Games has the potential. You know what? I'm going to put this on screen for those who are watching. I forget, I do the podcasting, so I'm more to the audio. But let me go ahead and put on screen. Also, for those who are listening, if you have to call in, the number is 312-549-9042. Okay, I want you to call in 312-549-9042. That is the number for those who are listening in. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and switch screens here and let's get to this. Okay, let's see. I think it's this screen. Okay, see, I know it's one of those screens. All right. So nonetheless, 2K game. Now let me tell you, guys, is anything? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm gonna check the chat because I haven't checked. Like I told you, I'm here late. You know, so I'm just coming, but it seems like, okay, so you guys can hear me. All right. So cool. Nonetheless, I appreciate it. Kyle, I see you. I see Packer Fan 006, Chelsea's World, R Dino. What's going on? Joe, what is up? My man, Joe. Okay. I see you. Ben K. What's happening? Okay. But nonetheless, let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and read it. So it says 2K Games has the potential to shake up the standard pricing of video games as NBA 2K has been revealed to retail at $69.99 for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 versions of the game. This puts the base version of NBA 2K1 at $10 more than the regular price of AAA games, which is quite unusual. 2K Games asserts the higher than average MSRP of the game merely represents the value of what's being offered. Power, speed, and technology that is only possible on new hardware. Now, for the United States, the $59.99 asking price of video games has been commonplace since the mid-2000s through many other countries have seen the cost of gaming increase throughout the more recent years, such as in Canada in 2015. Okay. Meanwhile, in the UK, NBA 2K21 will cost slightly more in that region as well, with the last gen version priced at $59.99 and the new version is going to be released at $64.99. So let's talk about that. Okay, let's go ahead. That's all I want to get out there. I gotta get up. Kristen, shout out to you. And GBA Tim, shout out to y'all. If y'all go to GBA Tim, shout out to you. Okay, but nonetheless, I'm gonna tell you what kind of threw me off about this. They talk about 2K21 being the one that's telling us, okay, the reason for that is because we offering power, speed, and technology on this new hardware. But if I'm not mistaken, now I know 2K has been purchased through multiple companies throughout the years, but wasn't it 2K Games that challenged Madden back in the day? Am I tripping? Was it not 2K Games back in 2005? I want to say it was. Okay, quote me on that if I'm right. But if I'm wrong, just let me know. But I believe 2005, NFL 2K was $19.99. At a time where I believe Madden was being released, I'm not sure if it was $40 or $50 pretty much, but I believe it was $50. And I think the 2K series, every game, I remember this year they said, we're not releasing any sports title for any more than $19.99. So they not only released NFL 2K, they did NBA, they did NHL, you name it, they did it. Now you think, how could you be profitable with that? But nonetheless, they actually took a lot of the market share from EA. They took a lot of the market share by dropping the price. I mean, that was more than half. Okay, so they made them drop their price. I think Madden went down to $34.99, if I'm not mistaken. They had to drop their price. And not only that, the game was good. The game was good. The game was good. How many times do I got to say it? I mean, we play NFL 2K more than we play Madden. It was so good that EA, okay, and y'all know EA, everybody, EA gets made fun of for butchering games. EA gets made fun of for a lot of things, okay? But EA has done something on this one that I think was probably one of the smartest moves that EA has ever done for their franchise. And that was go out to the NFL and secure the license. It was actually the death of NFL 2K. It was the smartest thing to do. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, I'm not sure if it was Madden 97 or 90, but it was one of them that Visual Concepts was helping EA develop. Visual Concepts is actually the company that I believe bought 2K Games, and I think they got bought out by Take-Two. I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me on none of that, okay? But nonetheless, they actually were working together. Then they went head to head, and EA said, They cut them off and instantly secured the license. Now, where do you see, hold up, Ardino, I gotta stop. Y'all know I gotta stop right now, man. Ardino, for the $15 donation. I need to get my soundboard, because right now the sound I want to do is Shinruken. My man Ardino. Yo, Ardino, shout out to you, man. That means so much to me, man. I'm gonna be taking callers later on, man. Call in, man. We can talk about that, man. That's much appreciated for what I do. Okay. But nonetheless, okay. So they were actually the ones in competition together at that time, but used to be partners. And they had to secure that NFL license. Now, when they secured it, to this day, we still got NBA 2K. Okay, the 2K series actually lives on and thrives through NBA 2K. And I want to tell you, this was at a time where NBA Live was the champion. And what happened? You killed NBA Live. So not only did 2K come along with a lower price, okay, market value, but the game offered a lot more, played better than any of its competition. Anything. It ain't nothing. It ain't no other competition that was better than them at that time. If you pick somebody else, you just simply picked them because you was riding with them. And I understand if you did that. I'm guilty of that at times, okay? I definitely understand. But nonetheless, EA went out and actually purchased that license for the NFL. They cut the water off for 2K. But 2K made the nice spin. But look where we at now, 2K. $70 games. And many publishers to follow. So that means we're going to be having $70 games. Now, I know y'all think that ain't crazy. Me, you like Nick, you do videos for modding systems anyway. Why do you care? Okay, I hear you. But I do care because I buy games. I don't just hack and pirate a bunch of games. I don't care what you think. Okay, I buy games. I have children. I buy games for my children. I buy games as gifts. I mean, I'm so mad that we're switching over to digital. If y'all don't want to even start me on that. I'd rather buy a game and say, hey, bro, you know what? You just bought the new Street Fighter. I bought the new Mortal Kombat. Let's do a trade. Where does that happen with digital games? So don't get me started on that. Now, I will say you got the digital games. The good thing is, I'm victim of scratching my disc up a couple times. And Xbox 360, you tilt the system over, your disc automatically messed up, and you couldn't get another copy. That was kind of it. So I agree with you. Digital's great in certain sense. Now, I'm a guy that's all for the technology. But man, I still purchase my copies. Now, when I buy new games, let me think about that, because I don't like this line. But no, okay, I'm right. Because I think the last one I bought, I purchased, and it was a physical title. I do buy some digital titles, okay? But I love to hold physical copies. It means so much more to me. Now, when I bought it, do you guys think I paid $70 for it? No! Okay, I'm not paying $70 for it. Now, I'm one of those guys that I believe it's either one or two things when you go buy your game, okay? And this is what kind of makes or breaks it for me. All right, I ain't gonna say for everybody else, but for me. When I go in there, it's either one, I come in there for a game, and I'm going to find any way I can to get it. Or two, I just want to see what you got. And usually, if I come to see what you got, I'm not going to get anything. So if I come in there and I come in there for 2K and it's going to be $70, some people are going to say, I don't think they're going to sell it. No, they're going to sell, it's going to be the same. It ain't going to change. If they want it, they're going to get it. That's not what I'm speaking on. What I'm speaking on is publishers to follow. That's what I'm speaking on. So they're the ones that, oh, you led the wave of lower price back then, but now you're leading the wave of higher price now. Wow. What goes around comes around. I swear. But nonetheless, I like NBA 2K. I think it's the best basketball franchise we've ever had. And I'm a guy that, believe me, I played all of the basketball games. Jordan vs. Bird. I was a double dribble guy. I played Run Gun. Okay, you guys don't want to get me started on NBA Live and all the different versions of Live I played. NBA In the Zone. I remember on Super Nintendo, they had the Bulls vs. Blazers. I could go on and on about basketball because you see right now I got a jersey. Speaking of, if I could get the back, it says MoFam on the back. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna do it. But nonetheless, you know, I got a jersey on now, so I love sports in general. So when I seen this, I said $70. Ouch. You know what? But we need to talk about the publishers to follow. Okay, I don't understand why everyone else feels the need to up their price to $70. I don't want AAA games to be $70 because I'm telling you, what's going to happen is shortly after somebody else is going to say, you know what, I got the game, but I'm going to include a special pamphlet with codes if you pay the extra $10. And now we at $80. Okay, and we already dealing with that with controllers. I mean, we dealing with it bad with controllers, man. Like Joy-Con prices. I went to GameStop the other day. It was $70 for Joy-Cons, and they broke. That's what $70 for a broke controller. You can go in there and go get a Power A wireless controller for $50 that work 12 times better than the Joy-Cons. I love the concept, but work on your stuff, man. Okay, nonetheless, man, enough of that, man. You guys can start calling in now. I'm gonna go ahead and take some calls, but I am gonna go ahead and continue talking some more because there is some more I gotta get off my chest. It's been a lot. I told you. Now today, I was actually coming in here, like I told you, I ran in here but I got my card. I told you, this is what shows the trueness of who really does this. Okay, and I'm sorry. $70 games is not it. All right. So nonetheless, let me go ahead and move forward what I was talking about. Now, there was also a Ubisoft Forward live event. I don't know if any of you guys are big Ubisoft fans. I'm not, by the way, but you know, if you're an Ubisoft fan, they had a Ubisoft Forward live event. Many games was talked about, I believe. Watch Dogs 2 was offered free during the live stream. I know that, but they were talking about Watch Dog Legions. I'm not sure to pronounce the other one, Brawlhalla, something like that. Let me look at the list here. Might and Magic, Era of Chaos, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, not sure to pronounce it, but a bunch of other games. Nonetheless, I'm not a big Ubisoft fan, guys. Sorry. Okay, I wish I was. I know people say, okay, so let's keep it real then. Since we talking, I ain't played not one Assassin's Creed except the first one, cause I don't like those type of games. I admit it. Okay, I don't like them. I don't like those types. It actually was pretty good. The last game I played with that type of stealth feel may have been either Metal Gear or Splinter Cell. Not sure. That might have been the last time, and I'm taking y'all back. And I play a lot of them shooters. Y'all don't get me started on those, because I can take you back to the SOCOM. Okay, I can take you back. I can take you back to SWAT. All right, nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get to it. But I think the biggest issue is Ubisoft Forward has this live event when just yesterday, I think Kotaku, posted an article about their chief executive officer with sexual misconduct. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys know about this, but it seems like Ubisoft kind of swept it under the rug very nicely. I will say, I didn't see many people talking about it at all, which is kind of crazy because anytime, especially in this atmosphere, when sexual allegations get talked about, it's almost a done one. I mean, in this climate right now, if you're talking about politics, race, sexual misconduct, pow, you're gone. Okay, now, you guys never hear me talk about those things. You know why? Because I don't want to talk about it. It's very personal, and I don't think if we're talking about personal things like that, that should even be talked about. We're talking about gaming, so I keep it strictly gaming, all right? But This right here is dealing with Ubisoft, so I got to talk about it. All right, but the Ubi Forward live event was like, yo, you know what I mean? How are you doing this event at the same time when you just had someone, you had a couple people actually had to resign, you have someone facing charges? I mean, this is crazy, man. And Ubisoft, I'm not going to, just because I don't like them, I don't think they're not like a respectable company or anything like that. They're a respectable company. You guys can go ahead and call in now. I got my screen up. I didn't have it, so if you guys called in, excuse me. But I want you to call in now. Okay, go ahead and call in. I am looking. All right, just like I said, I got a lot going on. Didn't have my stuff pulled up, but I'm good. I'm good with you guys. But anyway, with the sexual misconduct stuff going on, we got a call. Hold on. I'm gonna take this one on. Okay, hold on. I think I got it. I hear you. See, I don't hear you yet. So wait, we ain't on. Everybody else probably hears you, but I don't hear you yet. Okay. So give me time. Like I said, got in, just cut my headset on. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So what we going to do? We got another incoming call. I'm going to roll right to the next one.
Yo, what's up, Nick?
What's going on? So my man, I already know who this is. My man. But just for everybody else who's listening, who do I have on Nickmoses05 Podcast?
You got Joe Farinelli on the podcast, my brother.
Yes, Joe, my man. Joe, first of all, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Fired up, flaming. So let me ask you, Joe, $70 games, yay or nay?
Hell no to the no.
That's what I'm talking about, Joe. Why you
They want to make these games more money, and they're half broken, they're half missing stuff. Oh, download our DLC pack. They're releasing games today that the games are half busted and they're not working. It's like, and you want us to pay more? They're going to go from 70, 80, 90, 100.
Preach. Okay, and not only are they broke, don't get me started on, remember back at Xbox 360 with Left 4 Dead. And I don't know if you remember that. They put out Left 4 Dead 2, which looked like the same game, except with some different, literally was nothing but new weapons, something else. And it was rumored that they had that for DLC, but held it for Left 4 Dead 2. So I totally agree with you, Joe. Now, let me say...
That's more left for leftovers.
Yeah. Got him. Joe, so let me ask you, Joe, for $70, what if I told you you can have the game, but now, if you were to get a newer system, let's say a next-gen system, you don't have to buy the game again. Would you then say $70 is okay?
Yeah, I would say $70 is okay. Like going back to what you were saying before about going digital, old school, like you are, physical copies is like number one, especially, let's say 10 years from now when the PS6 comes out. If they don't renew that license, you're basically rented the game for a couple of years and you permanently lost it. That's what's bad about getting games that are downloaded.
No, and you're preaching to that. I'm one that, and not only that, let's say you lose your account. You forget your password. You can't get back access to your account. You can't get access to all your games. So another downside to the digital side of things, which I agree with you, Joe, on that, is the bad things. But if you had a choice, do you go physical or do you go digital?
I stay physical for the rest of my life. The only time I do digital is when I do hacking, like the Vita, the Switch, and, the PS3. That's the only time I do digital, because I have hard copies of that on a hard drive, which, I'm not going to lose. Yeah, I know where the files are.
I'm with you on that, man. I still do physical. I got people around me who are kind of converting me over to digital with some other. The only thing I will say is just nice being able to say, hey, let's say I left my game at home. All right, that's a big one. So now I can go log into my account on someone else's Xbox and be able to download that same game. So that's a huge benefit of something you can't get physical. But one thing I will say though is I can't let my friend borrow it. And I guarantee if I go back to my system and I sign in there, they're going to take the game away from that other system that has it on there.
Yes, definitely. Back in the day, I don't really know a whole bunch about it, but the PS3 did some type of, I'm sorry, not the PS3, the PS4 did some type of game sharing or something, and the hackers found a bug in it to actually download the games, and you could actually play them on your own PS4, but your PS4 needed to be mod chip. That mod chip lasted maybe a couple months, and that's it. Was never heard of again. It's got swept underneath the rug.
Yeah, and that's been a couple. And that's one thing that a lot of people get weary of with mod chips. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's like, can they come out with some sort of prevention of the mod chip being used, which deads the mod chip altogether. And for this one, I say wrap it up for this one. It's over. I think Nintendo need to go and move on, do something else.
What? Yeah, they're releasing another Nintendo, like supposedly that's like in the rumor mill. I think the only reason why they're doing that is because the vulnerability of the Switch is just beyond the wall. It's like Mario's like tough shit. The new Paper Mario that got released like 5 days ago.
Yo, and I'm glad you said that. For all those who have already jumped out and played the Paper Mario, y'all, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some real OGs for just going out there. And I'm telling you, I'll be on the Facebook, and I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple. It's a bunch of Facebook groups out there, man. Nintendo Switch USA. We got Nintendo Switch World Community. I know the admin there. We just got so many. But man, it's crazy because those Facebook groups, everybody was like, "Hey, it's out, yo. Hey, they leaked it. Hey, oh, hey." And all I kept hearing was everybody saying it, and before you knew it, it was everywhere. Man, that is so
yes, it was like a virus that flew everywhere. I didn't download it, I didn't play it. I'm not really a big fan of the Mario series. That's just how I am. I grew up on Sega Genesis. That was my first system that I got when I was a kid, was a Sega. Yeah. So I'm kind of like a Sega. But, I have no problem playing Mario games. But it's like, it didn't like, put an icicle in my back. Like, oh boy, I got to get the new Paper Mario, so.
Nah, you're not the only one, man. I'm going to tell you, I actually, another thing, I've never played Paper Mario. I'm lying. I played one for all of 1 minute, but I'm the same way, man. I'm more old school. I actually still playing Super Mario 64, and I got 120 stars. So
wow, that's pretty good.
You how much I love that game versus the other game. But nonetheless, Joe, I got a couple other callers calling. Joe, I love to have you. I got to get through as many as I can. So, Joe, I'm going to give you the spot. Any last words right now for everybody?
I would say keep on hacking and just, try to hang in there, guys.
Man, my man. Yo, Joe, I appreciate it, man. Hey, Discord, I'm going to catch you. We talk on Facebook, man. So I'm definitely going to catch you later. Joe, I'll be talking with you later, man. All right?
All right. Nice talking to you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, man. All right. Now, Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on the line?
Our Dino.
Oh man, we rolling on with it. on to the next one. Anybody else, if you call it, to continue calling. I've seen a couple people, but I just couldn't get to it at the same time. But our Dino, my man, what is going on?
What's going on? What's up?
Man, nothing much, man. Our Dino.
What's up, man?
Let's get right to it, our Dino. $70 games, yay or nay?
No, but I still go digital. Reason being is buying a game from the store, if something happens to that game, you are pretty much screwed because you need that game for Xbox to play the game. So I go digital, but I would not pay $70 for it. PlayStation, they had a gaming show, and they said that they were going to make the games $90 when the new PS5 came out. And now they backed out because now Microsoft is going to make the games like $70, maybe $59, somewhere around there. But they said that they wanted to make the games $90 for the PS5, and I think that's like insane.
Okay, so let me ask you. So $70 games, you say no, but you do go digital. So what if I told you that there were $70 games and you could buy it, but if you bought a newer system, you could also download it for free because you've already bought it on an older system? Do you say $70 games makes it worth it at that point?
Yes, because you want to know why the $70 game would be good? Because I think with the $70 games and stuff that they're going to be doing, I think they're going to include the downloadable content. If you get Soul Calibur at the time you buy it at $59. I bought it at like $65 when it was like Black Friday stuff and it was digital. I bought that and I got all the digital content. So I got all the fighters, all the different suits, everything. So I think with the $70 games that they're going to be doing, I think that they're going to do the digital content included in those games. Because if you go to the store right now and you go and buy the game, like just take it off the shelf and you buy that game, if you look on the back of the stuff, it already has the digital content already included, and you're buying that game for $70 anyway. By the time you taxes and everything else like that, depending on where you buy it from.
No, okay, that's a good point. Now let me ask you this: what if you go to purchase that game, and let's say the DLC is included, but they come out with DLC 3 days after release? Do you think that is a sketchy method that they're holding some DLC back, or do you think that's fine?
I'll tell you what. I don't know if you have the Mortal Kombat 11 downloadable content. I bought the Ultimate Edition. So when they came out with that new Aftermath, I was pissed off because that's $40 extra that you have to spend to get it. Where me and my brother thought that that was going to be included in the downloadable content, because if you read it, it says that it's all included, but it wasn't. So that's a $40 extra thing that you had to spend to get that with RoboCop and the new Shang dude and stuff like that. That made it really but they're going to do that for the games. But I think when they do the $70 games, I think they're going to include the digital downloadable content, because I just don't see you going to a store and not buying it, because Best Buy's doing it right now, where you can get the digital card off the shelf, and it already has the downloadable content. That's all you got to do is get that little code, type it in, boom, there you go, it's done. So $70 games.
Now, if you come to the point where, let's say, hey, you got all your DLC, let's say all that's included, but with this game, you were told that your license expires for the game. So even though you paid $70, let's say it was a license that you only own the game for technically 7 years. Do you think that's worth it?
Well, that's the thing too, though. I mean, that's a thing that you have to think about, because right now, like your Xbox and your PlayStation and stuff like that, look at what happened with PlayStation. Their network was free at the time. Now you're going to pay for it, okay? Now, when these new systems come out, what's going to happen is, I think it's going to be cross-platform. I think you're going to be able to play PC people. You're going to be able to play PlayStation people. You're going to be able to play Xbox people. That's the reason why I think these games are going to be $70, because you're going to be able to do all that with the digital content. And even if your license did expire, it shouldn't, because I've got a bunch of Xbox games that I own. I've got live subscription, and I haven't had any issues with that. So if they did something like that, that would maybe hurt a bunch of people. But if you can renew that license to play that game, say for instance, your Xbox Game Pass. Once your Xbox Game Pass is expired, that game you cannot play anymore until you renew it.
So you just think so what you're pretty much suggesting is that, if you could, you wouldn't mind paying the $70 for game as long as you get everything included. But
correct.
If it was things left out of the game, that's when you have a problem with it.
Correct. Yes. If say for instance, like I told you about the Mortal Kombat. With the Aftermath, you got to pay extra for that. That should have been included with the $99 game that you bought.
Yeah, and I agree with you, man. A lot of things that they do, as far as marketing ploys, all right, to get people to pay their hard-earned dollars, especially at this time. And once you pay, they know they got you, all right? Because once you pay, we got your money. Now we can kind of tell you, hey, it's coming. We got something else for you. You know, we got this. But, my man Ardino, I gotta get through more people too, man.
All right, man.
So for the last words, what do you got for the last words for everybody on Nickmoses05 Podcast?
Mo fam. That's all I gotta say. Mo fam.
Man, I like that. That's what's up. So my man Ardino, I'm gonna holler at you, man. Talk to you later, man.
Peace out, man. Peace out, dude.
Later. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
All right, so that's nice, man. I love to get these calls, man. It was another call. I'm sorry I missed your call again. I'm trying to get to all the calls. They just come in, and then I'm talking. I can't just cut them off, and, it's a lot of things. But my man Ardino definitely, he donated, so I wanted to go ahead and give him his time, too. Joe's faithful. I got to give everybody time, all right? But nonetheless, if you call back, I'm going to just try to catch it. But guys made some interesting points, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the icing on the cake. That's what I'm here for. Mo fam. That's what I like to hear. My man Ardino shot me. I'm going to tell you, I don't got no problem with $70 games. But what I do got a problem with is every other publisher just following suit. Because I do not believe you just charge $70 because you can. There's a lot of things I can do. I mean, I could take somebody and kick them down the stairs, but I don't do it. Okay, so just because some things are offered to you doesn't mean you do it. I think that's of a moral standpoint. And I don't think morally it's right to just say, you know, business standpoint, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Okay, I give you that. Business standpoint, yes. Everybody else, oh, you paying him? You're going to pay me that extra 10 too. Because I'm not going to lie. Let me play devil's advocate here then. If you go ahead and tell me this guy's selling basketballs, the same type of basketballs that I sell, but he's selling them over there for $20, and I'm selling them over here. Hold up, we got a call, man. I got to get to the call, man. Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on the line? Oh, man, I don't hear anything. Can you hear me? Can anybody else hear him? I don't hear anything. Is it me? Is it me? I think I'm on. I got it turned up. Is it just me? Can anybody else hear him? Am I tripping? Just say something. Call. I got you. We just going to call back. We're going to work this out. It's all good. But, yo, I'm not tripping on $70. But if you're going to sit here and follow, make sure you following for the right reason. Offer more than what NBA 2K21 is offering, and then say we're charging $70. That works. Or why don't you try one of their tactics against them? All right. So Kyle just called in and said the line was busy. Kyle, go ahead and call in again, because it's calls coming in, but it's also a delay. It's over the internet. It's not like my phone. So it comes in and I grab it, but you might see. So make sure when you call, one of the things it's going to say is you have to push a button. I'm not sure, and it changes the number button you're pressing just to make sure it's not a bot. But we're going to go ahead and take this one. Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on with me? Oh, y'all see, I hear you.
Well, there's so much delay on here. Hi. It's Kyle.
Kyle, my man, Kyle. What is going on? Now, Kyle, I'm just going to take this moment right now to let everybody know. For those who don't know, Kyle specifically helped me out with the Nickmoses05.com website. You go there right now. It should be up and running. Kyle's been doing a lot of work on that. So, man, much props to Kyle. I'm letting everybody know that right now. You the man. Shout out to you. But anyway, Kyle, how you doing today?
I'm good. I just had to rebuild my computer because I can't really call in from Canada without paying. So I'm using Google Hangouts.
Hey, you know what? I didn't think. So what I'm going to be doing, and this is something I talked about with my wife. She was the first one. And y'all know how it is with women. They're usually like, oh, well, I told you that. I told you. So she actually told me to get a toll-free number. So I'm going to be working on the toll-free number. So that way, no matter where you are, you can call that toll-free number. But right now, I appreciate it, man, for you going that extra mile to call in, man. I really appreciate it. So, Kyle, I'm going to ask you now. $70 games, yay or nay?
Honestly, right now I'm paying $80 for games because I'm in Canada, so I don't really know how this is going to change. I don't really have the money to pay more for games, but, you know.
$80. Woo! You have me. Now, look, I'm over here in the States, man. Like they said, we've been spoiled for a while, man. We've been spoiled. We've been just enjoying $60 games, all new. We love them. Hey, $60. $80. Man, you just made my whole thing sound like I should not be saying nothing. But nonetheless, okay, $80. So what if I told you the games are going to go up $10? Would you be able to do $90 if I told you that if you download on this system, when the next gen system comes out, you do not have to buy that game again? Would $90 be worth it?
Well, I'm a guy that does a lot of emulation, so probably not. I would probably just emulate the game eventually. But like a Nintendo system game, I can very easily emulate that. But like if it's something like an Xbox game or a PlayStation game, then probably would pay that extra $10.
Yeah, I hear you. And you know what? A lot of people, and then shout out to everybody who develops the emulators that we use to be able to emulate these games, because it's a big fight out there to keep these games alive that are dying over the years, and people are trying everything to keep all these old titles alive. And we were so successful that Nintendo said, you know, all the ROM sites, bring it down, give me my stuff back. You know what I mean? It's been good for this long. I'm now gonna put out these games on my dollar. So nonetheless, it has been good. So Kyle, let me go ahead and say this to you then. So if you're still not down with that, what if I told you you could pay $90? You not only get the game when it comes out on the next gen system, but you also get the DLC included. Is $90?
Oh yeah, of course.
There we go. Okay, now I agree, and that's kind of where I'm at. If you include everything up front, I'm good. But if you do one of those DLC included, if I see DLC within the first month, I'm one of those. You know what I mean? I better not see DLC within the first month. And one of my favorite franchises is Call of Duty, and I'm victim of being duped many times by Call of Duty. But I admit I'm a fanboy. So Kyle, while I got you on here, man, I hope the website wasn't too much trouble. So how has the experience been with the website?
Well, the main problem I've had is that the operating system I was using was kind of not new and had a few security problems. I had to wipe it. Okay. It's back up though.
All right, that's what's up, man. I'm just glad to hear that, man. I'm glad that you called in too, because you know we spoke multiple times talking with the website, and you know, just for those listening, we're going to be doing a lot more with the website. I know Kyle has been working on a lot, so Kyle, I do appreciate it again. But Kyle, now let me ask this. With Ubisoft, all right, I haven't asked anyone else this, but since I got you on, Kyle, I'm going to ask you. Ubisoft, now they've had sexual misconduct inside of their building. When you hear that, does that stop you at all from buying a Ubisoft game?
It would probably make me think secondly, but it depends on, like, did that person work on the game, or was it just, like, a secretary or a janitor?
Secretary. She's just a secretary. She just sit at the desk and answer calls for, you know, George, who's some random guy that works in the marketing department.
See, I'm thinking in the sense that she didn't directly work on that game like that, then I don't really, like, I think that it's bad that happened, but I probably would still buy the game, but I probably wouldn't buy an Ubisoft game anyway.
That's what I'm talking about, because I would have did the same thing. Now, unfortunately, I'm with you on that, because it's unfortunate when these things happen, and I don't want to encourage anyone to, hey, I'm still buying the game, but I kind of feel you. When you have things going on inside of these places, it's hard from a consumer standpoint, Kyle, and you said the best answer. It's you make a conscious decision. You know, first of all, you weren't there. So you're only going by what you hear. You know, there's going to be the truth, and then there's going to be a lie. And you don't know who's telling it. So as your own individual, you choose to purchase a game. And I just appreciate you being honest, because same way with me, I would purchase a game. I would, if it was someone directly or directly affected me, then I would definitely not buy the game, and I would encourage others not to buy the game. But if it did not directly affect me, and it did not have any effect on anyone in my family, I'm purchasing the game just for the fact of I like the game. But I might not shout out Ubisoft when I buy it. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So Kyle,
yeah, that makes sense.
What I want to do is, any last words for everybody out there, Kyle? You got the spotlight. Any last words you want to tell everybody on Nickmoses05 Podcast?
Have a good day. Don't I don't know. Just stay safe. Goodbye.
Man.
Sorry for taking up like 6 minutes.
Man, you good, man. That's what I'm talking about. But Kyle, appreciate you, man. I'm going to holler at you later, man. So, you know, Kyle is, man, like one of those people I just recently started speaking with, man. Just been a great dude, man, to be able to work with. But, you know, I'm got a couple calls in, but y'all, I got to roll. I know how it is, man. This is good. We always have good times. I jumped straight in this time. I didn't have the setup time to have people roll in. What I'm going to do is, in my Discord, I'm going to be having announcements, and I'm going to start putting things on the Facebook page as such to let people know the time we're going to be doing this live stream. So this entire week is going to be more pubbing of when I'm putting out the live stream. Now, hold on. I got one more call, so hold on. I got to get on the line. Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on with me? Now let's see. Is it me? Is it like, let me see. Turn it up. Am I good? Can y'all hear him? Is it just me? I can't hear. We're going to try again. Just call right back. We're going to go ahead and do it again. All right? We're going to go ahead and do it. Because I'm saying my out, so you don't get to call back. You know, it's cool. But call back. I want you to call back because you're the last one. I can get you in right now, okay? But nonetheless, I got announcements coming in the Discord, all right? If you go into the Discord, you'll be able to see the live stream when it's coming. I'm also going to be, and you guys see, I've been posting videos consecutive for the past couple days. Just going to be providing more content. I'm fired up. I'm eager. You know, so we got another call, so we're going to go take this one. Bam, Nickmoses05 Podcast. Who do I have on with me?
Hey, man, I'm trying to find out what's going on.
Oh, I know who this is. You ain't even got to say nothing, bro. Oh, man. Y'all know. So this is my bro, man. For those who don't know, Nate Mo, big dog. Holla at me, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling, man.
Man, that's my dog, man. So if y'all don't know, first of all, let me tell you, bro, I want to thank you for calling in, man. The first family member. So I got to shout you out first, man. I love you. I appreciate you for it. Now, y'all don't know, this man is the king at Mortal Kombat 3. I'm just going to put that on wax now. Anybody who see this, who got any type of work in Mortal Kombat 3, I don't care if you instant message me, DM me, shout me out on YouTube, anything, holla at me, I'll set it up. I'll put money on it. All right, that's what I want to get out. But anyways, so, bro, let me go ahead and ask you, $70 games, yay or nay?
It depends on what all coming with it. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, and I'm with you on that. Depending on what coming with it. Now let me ask you, if I told you, bro, because I know you. Now let me tell you, if I said, hey, you could pay $70 for the game, but you ain't got to buy it when it come out on the next gen system.
Oh well, yeah.
See, I'm with you on that. That to me is a selling point. If they told me that, I'm automatically good. But, you know, the sad part about it is,
just pull this shit up.
Hey, I hit it. That Pookie?
Yeah, that's him.
That's my nephew in the back, man. Shout out my nephew, man. Definitely, man. But I feel you on that. So, Nate Mo, let me go ahead, man, and just give a moment right now, man. If somebody wanted to play you in Mortal Kombat 3, where do they go to play you?
Man, we might have to get, because the only place to get back on it is on the 360. Because that's the only place. Yeah, that's the only place. They never took it down because they're owned by, I think it's like Midway. Midway owns it. So Midway never transferred over to the new next gen system.
Damn. Okay, so I figured that. But nonetheless, I'ma definitely have something set up for you, and I'm putting money on you. All right, I don't even care. I'm gonna go find somebody. I'm gonna go to the groups. I'm gonna go in there because, yo, I'm telling you, and they don't believe me. You know how I say. You know how we do. We be like, look, I take Killer Instinct. You take Mortal Kombat 3. Bro, you can take Tekken. You can take your street. You know what I'm saying? We break it up. You know what I'm saying? So, Nate Mo, one other thing, man. If I told you right now, hey, Ubisoft, you about to buy a game from Ubisoft, but I said, yo, bro, don't buy it yet. Old girl in the office got hit with, dude was raping her, and they got caught with sexual misconduct. Would you still buy the game?
Ooh, it depends on what game it was.
See, there you go. That's the real thing. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm Call of Duty fanboy all day. You can tell me that joint, man, they got 3 cases going on inside. I'ma act like I don't hear it. I'ma be in line. I'ma be getting things thrown at me. They gonna be having posters hanging up at me, and I'm still going to buy it, man. You know what I'm saying? But Nate Mo, my dog, I appreciate it. I'm way over time, but I got you in, man. I love you, so I'm gonna give you this time. And any last words you got on the Nickmoses05 podcast?
No more last words. Just pretty soon I'm gonna go ahead and get the little 360. So I'm gonna get back online. So if anybody want to get on here and get this work put in.
Yeah. What's your gamer tag? Ain't it Nasty Nate? Oh, did they change? Yeah, okay. It was Nasty Nate 69.
Nasty Nate 73.
73
on the Xbox.
Yeah, Nasty Nate 73. All y'all, Nasty Nate 73. Don't forget that. Nate Mo, and I'm gonna find somewhere else we can play Mortal Kombat 3. We gotta set that up. But yo, Nate Mo, I appreciate you calling in, bro. I'ma holler at you in a bit, my nigga.
All
right. So, anyways, man, I appreciate everybody who called in today. You know, I see, hold on, Alchemy Gaming, maybe you should get an RGH done, man. And you know what? I got an RGH right here. Alchemy Gaming, and Alchemy Gaming, shout out to you. Okay, I got to give you a shout out. Alchemy Gaming's been coming through supporting me. I got to definitely shout out Alchemy Gaming too. You know what I mean? So, Alchemy Gaming, much appreciation to you. Got my bro here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you could use RetroArch. And can't you do some net play with Mortal Kombat 3 or something like that? It might not be the arcade perfect version. You might have to go to Super Nintendo. Nah, I ain't even going to do my bro like that. He need to play the good one. You know what I'm saying? RGH, we'll set that up. Okay, we'll go ahead and set that up. But, you know, that's it, man. I got to go ahead and roll out, man. I appreciate everybody who stayed tuned for the Nickmoses05 Podcast. Mo Fam! We out. Holla.